In the pitch-black abyss 3,000 meters down, where pressure crushes steel and cold would stop most hearts instantly, a sperm whale glides into hunting mode. Its massive heart slows from 60 beats per minute to just 10, lungs collapsing to avoid nitrogen poisoning, while oxygen-rich myoglobin floods its dark muscles. After holding its breath for up to 90 minutes, it unleashes a barrage of clicks, each one louder than 230 decibels, more powerful than a jet engine, scanning the void like living sonar. These are the extremes of sperm whales, giants that bridge sunlit surface waters and an alien deep-sea realm few creatures can enter. Larger than buses, with brains 6 times our size, they hunt colossal prey, speak in complex codes, and reshape entire oceans. Their lives are defined by contrast, depths that kill, sounds that stun, and an intelligence that still eludes us, making them the most extreme marine mammals on Earth. A life built for the deep. Most ocean animals live in the top layers where light still works. Sperm whales treat that zone like a doorway. Adult males routinely dive beyond 2,000 meters, and recorded dives approach 3,000. These are not once-in-a-lifetime stunts. They happen again and again across decades, forming a daily rhythm. Descend, hunt, rise, breathe, repeat. At those depths, pressure reaches roughly 300 atmospheres. It is the kind of force that can implode poorly designed equipment. A human body would fail almost instantly. A sperm whale treats it as routine because the body is built to yield instead of resist. The ribcage flexes inward rather than snapping. The lungs collapse deliberately during descent, moving air away from delicate exchange surfaces and reducing nitrogen uptake. That single trick matters because it protects them from the same mechanism that gives human divers decompression sickness. Then the internal oxygen economy takes over. High hemoglobin in blood binds oxygen efficiently, while myoglobin stores it directly inside muscle. By the time a dive begins, the whale has already stocked the tank. The deep is not a place they visit. It is the environment their biology expects. The most powerful biological sonar on Earth. In the deep, eyesight becomes a rumor. Sound becomes everything. Sperm whales are not merely skilled echolocators, they push sound to biological extremes. Their clicks reach around 230 decibels at the source, ranking among the loudest sounds any animal produces. At close range, divers describe it as physical, a pressure wave felt through the chest rather than a noise heard through the ears. That power comes from head design. The square profile is a machine, not an accident. Inside, the spermaceti organ and the dense junk beneath it channel sound through waxy oil, focusing clicks into a narrow, forward-directed beam. Sound produced deep in the nasal passages travels through this system and exits like a controlled blast. The return echoes build a three-dimensional map of darkness. This is how sperm whales hunt prey almost never seen by humans. Giant squid move silently in black water, yet the whale tracks position, speed, and shape in real time. In the abyss, sonar becomes vision, sharpened into a precision tool. A body that shuts itself down to survive. A deep dive is not just breath-holding, it is a controlled shutdown executed with precision. As a sperm whale descends, its heart rate drops from roughly 60 beats per minute at the surface to near 10. Blood flow tightens toward the brain, heart, and swimming muscles. Everything else slips into low power. This is not panic, it is strategy. A slower heart stretches oxygen reserves. Restricted circulation limits spending in tissues that can wait. Muscles draw heavily on myoglobin, storing oxygen directly in muscle fibers instead of relying on constant blood supply. The whale keeps moving while most of its body waits. That is how dives extend from 45 minutes to over an hour, repeated again and again. Surfacing remains calm. A sequence of forceful breaths restores oxygen quickly enough for another descent. Even pressure is managed brutally well. Lungs collapse to limit nitrogen uptake. Flexible ribs accept compression. The body does not resist the deep. It reorganizes itself to function inside it. Battles written into skin. For a long time, humans learned about sperm whales through aftermath rather than observation. One of the clearest clues is etched into their skin. Many whales carry circular scars across their heads and flanks, some wide enough to span a plate, often ringed with smaller cuts. These are suction scars left by squid arms lined with hooks and serrated edges. They mark fights almost no one has witnessed directly. Deep below the surface, sperm whales confront giant squid built for grip and resistance. Long tentacles wrap, powerful suckers lock on, sharp structures rake flesh. The whale brings mass, endurance, and sonar that tracks movement in total darkness. Its huge head can shove, pin, or batter prey in tight spaces. The squid answers with reach and strength, trying to hold on long enough to escape. The scars are the record. They show that feeding in the deep carries cost. Prey fights back hard enough to leave permanent evidence. Nothing is given down there. Every meal is earned. The largest brain on the planet and a social life to match. A sperm whale's brain can weigh around 8 kilograms, the largest of any animal on Earth. Intelligence does not scale neatly with size, yet the structure tells a clear story. Huge regions are built for sound because this whale builds its reality through echoes. Its nervous system is tuned for three-dimensional mapping in darkness and for interpreting clicks that travel for kilometers. Behavior fits the hardware. Females and calves live in long-lasting units, matriarchal and tightly bonded. Older females carry the map: feeding grounds, warm nurseries, safe corridors, and places where danger once waited. Calves inherit roots the way humans inherit hometown knowledge. Then there are routines that still resist explanation. Researchers have watched groups resting vertically at the surface, motionless, like drifting gray pillars. It looks like sleep, yet the why remains unsettled. The more we learn, the more mystery stays. Communication that looks like culture. Sperm whales speak in patterned click sequences called codas. These are structured, repeatable phrases, and different groups rely on different repertoires. In some regions, certain codas function like identity signals, announcing clan membership and social affiliation across distance. The crucial detail is how codas spread. Calves learn them. They listen, attempt, refine, and match the rhythm of their group. That makes it culture, shared behavior passed socially rather than inherited biologically. It also means whale societies carry traditions that outlive individuals. Researchers have documented distinct clans in different oceans, each favoring specific coda types. Some scientists suspect deeper rules where sequences combine and shift meaning depending on order and context. That question is still open, yet the complexity already goes beyond simple calls. Projects like CETI and the Earth Species Project use machine learning to search for hidden structure in vast libraries of clicks. In darkness, sound becomes identity, memory, and maybe something close to language. Giants, myths, and the human war that almost erased them. For centuries, humans met sperm whales from the surface and filled in the rest with fear. A vast square head rising through fog. A blow that carries a heavy animal scent. Rhythmic knocks echoing up through hulls, mistaken for hammering from below. Then the scars, circular marks that look like proof of monsters locked in combat. History fed the legend. In 1820, the whaling ship Essex was rammed and sunk by a sperm whale, a story that later helped shape Moby Dick. Once the whale became an enemy in human imagination, industry supplied the motive. Spermaceti oil, drawn from that massive head, burned cleanly in lamps and lubricated machines, turning whales into floating fuel. Whaling scaled up, and sperm whales could not replace their losses. Females mature late, pregnancies last about 15 months, calves arrive years apart. By the 20th century, many regions were stripped. The 1986 commercial whaling moratorium slowed the collapse, yet recovery remains uneven. The last extreme is this. After centuries of pursuit, they still live mostly beyond our reach. We know them through echoes, tags, and scarred skin, giants we almost erased before we ever understood. So there it is, sperm whales are extreme. Not because they are mysterious monsters or legends from the deep, but because they live where biology should fail and make it routine. They dive deeper, stay longer, communicate richer, and shape oceans quietly. And even now, after everything, they remain partly unknown. That feels exactly right.